Welcome back to Newsstream 360, bringing you the latest news from around the world. For centuries, the idea of a canal through Nicaragua was just a whisper, a dream to connect two oceans and change the world. Now, in 2025, that dream is roaring back to life. The project, once dismissed as fantasy, is back on the table, promising to transform Nicaragua into a global crossroads. But it comes with enormous risks, threatening the land and the global balance of power. The timing is no accident. The Panama Canal, the world's trade artery, is struggling with drought and bottlenecks, forcing shippers to seek alternatives. Nicaragua believes it holds the key to a new era of global trade. Imagine a canal wider and deeper than Panama's, able to handle the world's largest ships. The government, led by President Daniel Ortega, sells this as a path to economic independence and national pride. But behind the promises lies a daunting reality. Building a canal demands vast sums of money, political stability, and the ability to overcome huge environmental and social hurdles. The project has died and been revived many times, but this time, something is different. A new global power has entered the scene with the resources and ambition to make this old dream real. The world is watching. Is this the dawn of a new era, or just another false start? The stakes have never been higher. The Nicaragua Canal is back, and the world is holding its breath. The canal's latest revival is powered by a new partnership, Nicaragua and China. In 2021, Nicaragua cut ties with Taiwan and embraced Beijing, opening the door to Chinese investment. This time it's not a private gamble, but a state-to-state project, backed by Chinese state-owned giants. China's motive is clear: secure its own trade routes and reduce reliance on US-controlled waterways. The canal is now part of China's Belt and Road Initiative, a global strategy to reshape trade. The new plan avoids Lake Nicaragua, instead charting a route from blue fields on the Caribbean to the Pacific via Lake Managua, sidestepping some past controversies but still facing huge challenges. Leading the charge is Laureano Ortega Murillo, the president's son, who's become the face of the project in Beijing. The government claims this version is more transparent and nationally controlled, with the state working directly with Chinese partners. This shift makes the canal's construction more plausible than ever, raising hopes and alarms across the region. The world is watching as Nicaragua and China redraw the map of Central America. The dream of a Nicaraguan canal stretches back 5 centuries. Spanish conquistadors first imagined a shortcut between the Atlantic and Pacific, but the landscape proved too formidable. In the 1800s, Cornelius Vanderbilt ran a transport route across Nicaragua during the gold rush, and the US nearly built the canal here. But political instability and Panama's lobbying shifted the project south. The Panama Canal opened in 1914, sidelining Nicaragua's ambitions for generations. In 2013, a $50 billion deal with Chinese tycoon Wang Jing collapsed after protests and financial disaster. The project was officially cancelled in 2024, clearing the way for today's state-led, China-backed revival. The canal's story is one of ambition, failure, and relentless hope. The Nicaragua Canal is more than an engineering feat. It's a new front in the US-China rivalry. Washington sees a Chinese-backed canal as a direct challenge, fearing it could shift the balance of power in its own backyard. The US is pressuring regional allies to resist Beijing's advances, while China sees the canal as a strategic asset, not just a commercial one. For Nicaragua's government, the canal is leverage, a way to secure powerful allies and resist US pressure. President Ortega is betting that China's need for a strategic alternative to Panama will make the canal a reality. China, dependent on vulnerable maritime choke points, wants a secure route for its goods and energy. The canal could become a symbol of China's global rise, even if it's not profitable in the short term. The stakes are geopolitical, not just economic. Central America is now a chessboard for a new era of great power competition. The outcome could reshape the hemisphere. Despite China's backing, the canal faces massive obstacles. The price tag, up to $80 billion, is 5 times Nicaragua's annual economy. Many doubt there's enough shipping demand for 2 giant canals, especially with Mexico building its own land bridge. The environmental cost is staggering. The route would cut through rainforests and wetlands, threatening water sources and wildlife. Up to 120,000 people, many from indigenous communities, could be displaced. Past protests over land rights and lack of consultation still haunt the project. Cutting corners on environmental and social protections could spark fierce opposition and scare off investors. The canal's backers must prove it can be built without devastating the land and its people, a challenge that's never been met. In late 2025, the Nicaragua Canal stands at a crossroads. It's closer to reality than ever, with China's power and the Panama Canal's crisis driving momentum. But the financial, environmental, and social costs are immense, and U.S. opposition is fierce. The project's fate may hinge on how badly China wants it for strategic reasons, not profit. If China pushes forward, the canal could transform global trade, or become another failed dream. The world is watching. Will Nicaragua finally carve its place in history, or will the canal remain a sunken ambition? The answer will shape the future of Central America and the world.